process do you go through to find that unique character that will take you through the world concept you've come up with? So that's kind of what we were talking about earlier. She says her last novel had the character voice primary relationships come first. And this time, it's more of a concept, a what if, which is very clear, but she's having trouble zeroing in on the main character.
Yeah, I think that's a big process. It's a big, honestly, it's like, there are certain parts we try to, in the level up course, talk about the like very defined, like you can take this and it's a tool and you can use it. And then there is this like element of writing that is like gut level instinct. I've learned it because I've written a million times. And so, some of that is that, like, and a great example is Ash Lords. And Ash Lords, I had Phoenix horses, right? These horses that literally live and die all in one day, right? So they can run, they don't get tired, but when the sun sets, they die, they burst into flames, and they become ashes. And the riders of this competition will camp out at night. And then sunrise, when first light hits, the horse comes back to life. They saddle up, they ride off. That's the whole story. That was the whole concept. It's a really cool concept. But I was like, well, who's the right character to walk us through that? And I ended up with 3 POV characters, but it started with Pippa, who was the daughter of 2 former champions, right? And I talk about this in the Level Up course. That's like, of course she's perfect to walk us through it, right? She's expected to win. Her parents won it before. She's going to know the world intimately. I have chances to kind of like push back on the world that she doesn't want to enjoy or want to be a part of at times. So figuring out that character was the right one to walk us into the concept was pretty easy. Door in the Dark is Ren Monroe. And so like, okay, I got this magic school. I know I want 6 wizards lost in the woods. Who would have the most at stake if they got lost in the woods with one of the most famous heirs in the city? Well, a girl who's a scholarship student who hasn't found a home yet, hasn't figured out where she's going to land after school. And maybe this is her chance to impress that kid. And maybe it's her chance, even though she doesn't really like that kid, to kind of cozy up and impress him in a way that lands her an opportunity later, even if it's just also they need to survive and not die, right? And so I think figuring out who that character is, it takes time, it takes effort, but a lot of it is just like rinse and repeat, learning the process, doing it over and over again until it just kind of feels like the right person.
If you enjoyed this video, we've got a lot more on writingmastery.com. Check the description for links to our blog, free writing tools, and more. Happy writing.